Alright guys, a short video for you today. We're going to be installing an accessory cargo net from GM into this Chevy Sonic sedan. The procedure is going to be the same for the hatchback and the sedan. The part number is 959-64983 for the one I'm going to install today, but it's jet black color. And there's actually another one that ends in 984. That's a dark pewter color. And I'm going to show you how you can tell whether you need the 983 or whether you need the 984 to match the interior color trim of your Sonic. So to figure that part out, all you have to do is come down while you're out here in the trunk area and lift up the spare tire cover. And if you lift up the spare tire cover, you'll see a sticker right here on the driver's side of the spare tire, right there. And there's a bunch of codes on here of all the different things that your Sonic was built with, but one of those in particular is the interior color trim code. And if you get, and I'll put a picture, a blow up of this over here on the right when I do the editing of the video. So if you have a 4 alpha alpha, a 4AA code, then it's the jet black trim color. And if you have a 4 alpha Q, it's the very dark pewter. And the 983 matches the jet black, or the code 4AA. And then you'd get the 984 to match the dark pewter color, the 4AQ, right? So I'll roll these part numbers and RPO codes at the bottom. When you cut this box open, be very careful when you go down the centerpiece. You don't want to cut the net itself, of course, just very slow and just go in just enough to cut the tape. Now there's no instructions in the box. That's why I decided to make this video. All you'll find in here is like a packing slip kind of thing. It's no instructions, but you'll find a bag inside, and you'll have both the net and the fasteners. And the main part of this installation is actually these fasteners. So when you take a look at these, there should have 4 in here for the Sonic's model. These nets are all different from GM across models. But it's a one-piece design here. The dealer would have had a socket that went on here to ratchet these in, but I'll show you how we can put them in with just a hand tool and not need that socket. But we're just going to twist them into the sheet metal after we pull out the existing plastic fasteners that are holding the trim, right? So there's 2 on each side that we're going to need to locate and remove the existing fasteners for. So whether you got a hatchback or a sedan, one of them is going to be up here on the top, and in the hatchback it'll be kind of like in a recessed area that you're seeing how it looks on the sedan. And then in the bottom there will be another one, and again it's going to be common to both the sedan and the hatchback, but the hatchback will be a little bit more recessed than you see here on the sedan. Now all you have to do is take a trim tool to pull these out. The bottom ones come out pretty easy, so we'll just get a trim tool wedged in underneath this guy if we can get the flashlight to cooperate. And let me get this in position, and then I'll twist it over where you can see it. But once you get the trim tool in the right position where it's underneath, you're just going to pull up and pop it out of the sheet metal. It can be in there really good, so just work it out. It's not like the type of fastener that's next to it here in the view that's a push pin. These types are all one piece and just kind of grab in with these little fins that you see on the plastic. And they're going to get torn up taking it out. That's okay. We're obviously not going to reuse this. All right, the one on top can be a little bit more difficult. I'm going to try and take it out here with the same tool. I just don't want to damage or deform the cardboard of the trim here that it's holding on, but I also don't want to break my tool, of course. So we're going to try and get it out here to see if we can get it. I don't know that we can, but you can certainly get it part way out. And if you find you're having the same trouble that I'm having with this, you'll have to go get another tool like a pair of pliers or something that you can get under here and pull that out. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll pull the pliers underneath and get that under there and pull this guy out. Just find these pliers, long nose pliers we're talking about here. I'm going to grab a couple here that have a little bit of an angle on them, but any long nose pair of pliers should do. And you can grab what's left of this guy sticking out and then pull him the rest of the way. Alright, so they come out pretty easy with a pair of pliers, as you can see. And same kind of deal, same kind of push in, Christmas tree kind of retainer. So once those 2 are out, then we can install the screw-in hooks that are going to retain the net. Now, they don't necessarily go in real simple, right? You're going to have to cut the threads. They're meant to be self-tapping. So sometimes you can get them in by hand. Sometimes you have to get a tool to help get it to cut through. The key thing is make sure you're getting it in straight and even. Otherwise it'll go in crooked, right? I'm just going to use this crescent wrench with a couple of little plastic things on it so it'll scratch up the plastic of the hook to get it to bite in past the part where it got a little stuck, and then twist it in the rest of the way. And you can put it in a sideways view. Like I'm going to leave it up like this because this is how we're going to do the one on the bottom, but actually in the end you're going to probably want to take the top one and turn it horizontally. The one on the bottom, definitely tighten up and leave it vertical. That'll be the best way for the loops on the net to get it. Alright, so the bottom one, same kind of deal. We're going to twist it in, cut the threads. We'll use the tool just to get it initially to cut through. We'll start it off with hand, then we'll use the tool to cut it the rest of the way. Usually just 1 or 2 turns with a tool is all you really need to get it to go, and then you can turn it the rest of the way by hand for sure. So once you get this past the part where it has to bite in, then you can turn it the rest of the way by hand. And again, I would leave this bottom ones in a vertical position, and I'd leave the top ones in a horizontal position. So let's go ahead and put them on the other side, and then we'll pick up installing the net. All right, guys, we've got both of these hooks in on the driver's side, and we've got both of these hooks, top and bottom, in on the passenger side. And we've got them in the vertical position to get started. So now let's turn our attention to the net and get it unpacked. The net on the Chevrolet Sonic is what's called an envelope style. It's like a bag, so you have to find the top versus the bottom to get it oriented properly. And that's really the only thing you got to check here. Once you know you have the top, you just go ahead and insert the loops on the end of the net into the hooks that we installed, right? So the top hook, I recommend you leave it the way we have it here in the video in a vertical position, but after you get this guy installed, just give it one more turn and put it in a horizontal position. It'll hold on better. The ones on the bottom you can leave vertical. They're just fine as is with the way they're set. And then once you got it in, you can see you can open this up and put stuff in it. That's why it's called an envelope style cargo net. You can also use it in the more traditional single wall net type of application where you put stuff in between it and the back of the trunk lid here. So that's it. We've got it installed. If you find that you have questions about what we did or how it goes on, or the colors or the codes or the IPOs, just go ahead and leave a comment below. I'll try to help you out. If you found this video useful, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps it get found and help others. And think about subscribing if you like this kind of content. Otherwise, as always, thanks for watching.